collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers. Welcome to another Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. It's just my initials, they're not bad, it's just spelled that way. I am, however, a professional witch, a professional intuitive. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Spell Ingredients, from a professional witch, as well as Words of Grace from a professional witch. Words of Grace has a Kindle version. You can click a link and preview it for free down in the description box and see that it's broken up pretty much into chakra chapters, and this is a chakra reading, may be helpful. And the Kindle version is lovely. It's clean, it's pristine, it's IKEA personified compared to the original ebook, the PDF that is available on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/drawingthecircle, my members-only subscription platform where you can buy both Spell Ingredients and Words of Grace from a Professional Witch in our digital store without even having to be a subscriber. But some of my subscribers get those books as a part of their benefit package, but all of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, they get a daily check-in with me pretty much every single morning when I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link where we get to chat together about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, ending with a prayer, a blessing, a little something to send us on our way. Best way for me to start the day, considering what I do for a living. Seriously. The second benefit that they get is all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. And the third benefit, they get an extensive discount on private sessions with me, spiritual counseling and readings and all of that. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more about that. And it's the coolest thing I've ever done. We have 2 7-day free trials for Seeker and Human, our first 2 levels of subscription if you'd like to check us out for a week for free. But everyone who has done the 7-day free trial has stayed a subscriber, so it's a pretty good move. Thanks, Patreon. Now our podcasts are on Spotify through Patreon. There's so much going on. So if you feel so drawn, if you feel so called, even a little bit interested, go look at the menu, click the link, check it out. I even made a video about it a couple of months ago. And come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. You can just call me Mal. Hey, my Aries. We're doing a little different thing this time around with the Timeless Chakra Reads, because I am moving at the time of this. Well, I mean, obviously I'm moving at the time of this video. We're going to be literal, but I am moving from Long Island to upstate New York, Saratoga Springs, over the next month. So to keep my sanity, to keep things flowing so I can put out pretty much a video every day except Sundays, because, you know, never on a Sunday, because I need my day of rest. You know what I'm talking about. So we are doing a 5-card. It's like a 5-card draw, but not a beautiful new to full moon read. I've been doing these for myself, pulling 1 card each from these 5 different decks to look at my chakras. It is kind of a what do I need read. Doing it right before I go to bed, since we went to contract on this new house, and we have gone to contract on this house. So going to closing in a couple of weeks. Very excited. So enough about me. Let's talk about you. If you are new to my channel, let's give you some explanation. What we're doing is the 8 chakra spectrum in these 5 cards. I learned about the 8th chakra over our heads from Caroline Myss, MYSS. She is a PhD in her book, Anatomy of the Spirit, and the archetypes that reside in there, like the program in the satellite that shoots down the codes to all the other chakras, shifting what we attract and what we repel so that we can heal, come into alignment, alchemize our shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, toxic to healthy. If you've watched the other chakra reads and the relationship-based reads, you know what I'm talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to get one of them there, Caroline Myss archetype cards for the 8th chakra. Then we're going to get 1 Daughters of the Moon tarot for the heart, third eye crown, the internal feminine energy. Then we're going to get 3 mythic tarot for the lower 3 chakras, the masculine, the yang dynamic, looking at yourself from the outside, or you from the outside, or you from the inside looking out at relationships in the world. And of course mirroring is possible, it is a thing. We'll get us 1 Whispers of Love oracle from the higher selves of all involved, usually for the person watching, but cross-watchers are welcome. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra. So there's only one bookie book read, I think, for brevity and clarity. I've been doing these now for a couple of weeks every night before I go to sleep. Sometimes like 1 a.m. I'm like, all right, what do I need after I do my closing spiritual practice for the day? And they've been so fucking spot on accurate that they make me laugh and I'm all awake again. So let's get down to it. That's, I think, enough explanation. Let's get down to the divination. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I will do the best to help anybody come into alignment. Bring their chakras together. Roy G. Biv with a little celestial energy to top it off. Because the more we do that, the healthier, happier, wealthier, and wiser we will all be on this planet. And I think the planet could use that, don't you think? Yeah. So let's do this. I guess that's it. Please take a nice deep breath. I love starting a new series, don't you? Like Netflix. Still point. Pantheonic override. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers watching this video and drawn to this reading. Beloved pantheons of the divine, what is the dominant archetype in the 8th chakra? For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this timeless chakra read. The shapeshifter, a wild card family archetype. There are 9 different families. Wild card is just that. This can show up in any way, shape, or form, and I think as I read you what's written on this card, that will become evident. Written on the bottom is the shadow attribute. I call that lead. Up here is the light attribute. I call that gold. 3 atoms difference between lead and gold on the periodic table of elements, hence the language of spiritual alchemy. So the lead, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Meaning, you go to a party, you realize there are 2 different, let's say, political wings. So you're one party in this room, and then you cross the hall and you're in the other, right? It's a little sneaky, it's a little shady, it's a shadow thing. The light you're shooting for, I love this. A skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in anything. So you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or maybe be dealing with someone who has it reason, season, or a lifetime if you're cross-watching or otherwise. But I have a good touch of this. The ability to meet people where they are at, for example. Like, I'm a mystic. I can have conversations with people and I can just see them, though they're in the room, they sort of leave. They have no idea what I'm talking about, right? So to be able to meet people on their level in compassion and in truth without condescension, right? As well as I am a karma chameleon, man. I can really, I'm Virgo. We are mutable earth, us Virgos. So yeah, you can dress me up for the opera and then let's go throw down at the nearest watering hole where we've got some Donna Summer and some Blondie playing, and I'm good to go. Yeah, family picnic. all sorts of variations on that theme. Let's keep going. I like shapeshifters, but Sam Merlot is my #1 favorite. I want to do bad things to him. Let's get these heart, third eye crowns on the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries and powers of the south, please, beloved goddesses of cardinal creative fire, 1 card in clarity for our beloved Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers watching this video drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of with the shapeshifter in the 8th? What's going on under that? Heart, third eye crown, major arcana. When it's a major arcana card, to me, it says that all 4, in this case 4, chakras in that zone are working in unison. You got the Amazon and the Daughters of the Moon. It's my Wonder Woman card. It is the Chariot, right? The light horse, the dark horse, inspiration, motivation. It's like, oh, I am so excited to move. It's like, oh God, I gotta fucking pack everything, right? Bringing those forces together moving forward. I would say as a shapeshifter, you're definitely empowered on the inside, right? To make an empowering decision here. But if you can really balance that so it's not all head or it's not all heart. Now people say, why wouldn't you want it to be all heart? Because the deadly sin of wrath is in the heart chakra. So, you know, it's not always true love 24/7, 365. Not that there's anything wrong with the deadly sins, but they are led wanting to be alchemized into gold. It's in my book, Words of Grace, as well as Defy Gravity by Caroline Mace. All right. So we've got a shapeshifter, Amazon. It's a long story. Themyscira, now let's get you the lower three chakras. Again, looking at yourself from the outside. Are you looking at relationships in the physical world, including groups of people, your relationship to yourself, as well, of course, one-on-one with another person? Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. Here we go. As I call upon my gods of fire, sign of Aries, powers of the south. Please, beloved gods of cardinal creative fire, one card in clarity for the Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Outside in, inside out, lower three chakras, masculine yang dynamic relationships in the world in this timeless read. Okay, good. Seven of Pentacles. I like that. So there's definitely an evaluation and appraisal going on here. So where you may be raring to go on the inside, you might have to shapeshift a little bit. Perhaps dealing with other people, tribes, groups, family, friends, workers, and industry, anything where three or more are involved. It's considered a tribe energetically in the root chakra, at least. So this is perhaps evaluating your work, evaluating where you have been, and assigning value, right? Does it work for me? Did it work? Did it not? Do I like it? Do I want to shift it? Do I want to move forward into the 8 to achieve the 9 and then finally the 10 of Pentacles? But regardless, it's good to know. It's like, okay, yes, and Aries can be a little impulsive. I think we know that, first sign of the zodiac. So that wanting to just let's go, yeah, right? To maybe slow the roll a little bit and really step back and evaluate what's going on here. Let's get a whisper of love. The voices of the higher selves of all involved. Now that our chakras are in place, please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Oh, higher selves override. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, insight needed by the Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and the cross watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, to help them alchemize the shadow to light, the lead to gold, the pain to peace, the toxic to healthy, the fear to love, the illusion to truth, with shapeshifter in the 8th, the Amazon chariot in the inner, 7 of Pentacles in the outer, in this timeless chakra read. Love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. It's very Diana of Themyscira, if you ask me, right? Being that compassionate with yourself to endure it. All we have to do with a lot of this stuff is just make the best choices and decisions that we can and live through it. Like pandemic, perfect example. And, I lost people. I think everybody lost people. But I'm still here, Good times and bum times. I've seen them all, and my dear, I'm still here. Just Elaine Stritch is the spirit guide. So I like that, right? There is a strength here, but it is the love that does that. So to lead with the heart, but in unison, right? Making loving choices and decisions, wise, right? What do I say? Wise, loving, empowered choices and decisions here in terms of perhaps what stays or what goes. I mean, at the time of this recording, there's so many planets retrograde, but Mercury is one of them in Virgo. I'm a Virgo, so let's move. Yeah, it's actually perfect timing. So let's get you a healing mantra. Wake up, cross watchers. This one's for you too, because if you can heal this a little bit in yourself, maybe in prayer, meditation, just your own healing process, you will help the Aries collective, not just the one you are cross-watching for. Please take a nice deep breath. Chakras work like that, apparently. One more time, please take a nice deep breath. Well, a time after that, whatever. Oh, still point. Ascended Masters override. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of the General Assembly on behalf of the ARIES Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading, what is your guidance, your grace, your loving, wise, powerful message in the form of a Macon healing mantra to help the ARIES Collective and the cross-watchers alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, their illusions to truth, with Shapeshifter in the 8th, Amazon in the inner, 7 of Pentacles on the outer, understanding that love endures, that they don't need to give up or lose faith. They can be hopeful and withstand every situation for this Timeless Chakra Read. Releasing expectations, only the highest possibilities come to be whether I envision them or not. I know all these mantras by heart. And this one's very handy for where I am right now too, right? Only the highest possibilities can come to be whether I envision them or not. Now, just because it's the highest possibility doesn't mean it's always what we want, but it's always what we need, right? It's very cool. That makes sense. All that power, but with that 7 of Pentacles, there might be some apprehension. Well, but what if, but what if? I mean, who wasn't raised with what if thinking, right? And that's not the truth of who we are. We have intuition and divine intelligence access to it, at least. So, releasing expectations, only the highest possibilities come to be whether I envision them or not. When you release expectations, it is no longer your job to be in control of reality, because when has that ever been the case? You are a soul birthed from the fabric of destiny, where only the perfection of universal will takes place, takes shape and form. Once expectations are released, a life beyond your wildest imagination is given permission to enter your reality. And I gotta say, when we were waiting to see if we were going to contract or not, this mantra was a big help. This mantra is ideal for having more faith, does not give up or lose faith, learning how to trust, tricky, and alleviating disappointment. Because the truth is, and I've seen this as a teacher and as I was a minister there for a good chunk, that when people get what they need, and it's also what they want, they're like, I did it. And yes, you played a role. But then when people get what they need, but it's not what they want, they think they've done something wrong. And that's not true, right? That is not the truth of the situation. So to release expectations is a wonderful thing, but it does take time to cultivate that. I don't know if you weren't born with that sort of, support and people doing that around you. I was not. I'm Generation X. Really glad for it. I figured shit out on my own. Thank you very much. So, as we do in every single reading I do here on the tube, we'll put this together in a blessimation, combination of a blessing and a summation. Let's see what comes out my mouth, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. This is the last time, right? Still point. Pantheonic override. And we end as we began, as I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the ARIES Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, their toxic to healthy, their fear to love, their illusions to truth, with the shapeshifter, embracing their skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness and an ability to see potential in anything as they are in this alignment to move forward. Heart, third eye crown as the chariot, the Amazon, balancing, inspiration, the carrot, and motivation, the stick, in a situation that appears to need a little bit more appraisal, maybe not analysis, but really stepping back to evaluate what this is worth to them. But maybe that is more visceral, more intuitive than purely intellectual with the coins, the pentacles there, from, if that's really them looking from the outside in at themselves, and to know that love does endure, that the love that they bring to this is very key to this, because love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation, particularly if they get what they need. It may not be immediately what they want, so that they can release expectations, because only the highest possibilities come to be, whether they envision them or not. So may they be blessed with all that they need to align, to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to become the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest, wisest versions of themselves, to bring their chakras together, to manifest their heart's desire, to walk the journey, and to be the best that they can be for their well-being, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Yay. It was good. That was good. It's not going to be without its issues. It's not much of a journey of growth without challenges along the way, but I think that Seven of Pentacles is really there to support that. And, you know, this mantra works, but you got to work it. And it works for me. It really did. It got me the best place to move to as far as I can see. So, if you liked the reading, please hit the thumbs up. If you like the chakra music, thank you, Jenna Grace. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and all of that, because I'm going to be doing my best to put out a video pretty much every day except Sundays, because, you know, I need my day of rest and moving and packing and all of that. And if you want the behind the scenes stuff, my patrons on Patreon are getting a lot of cool stuff. And the people who know me on Patreon and some other people are coming by. I'm giving away a lot of stuff. So it's an interesting time for me. And I know this is time I was going to be watching this years from now. But it'll be fun for me to look back if you comment on it. And certainly we've got a lot going on over there, right? Daily check-ins, extended readings, extensive discount as subscribers. We got the digital store. We've got the two 7-day free trials. It's just wonderful over there. And you can follow us without being a subscriber and get access not just to the store. Anybody can access the store, but I do put out public content. So I do come Patreon on Patreon, because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. And if you want to book me for a private session with or without Patreonic intervention, there's a link in the description box. Booking private sessions with Mal will explain everything for you in about 11 minutes. I had fun making the video. It really does explain everything. I will most likely be doing readings from my new home, because there's an office in the basement I can take clients in. I'll probably be doing readings at the Magic Moon on Fila Street in Saratoga Springs, because Veronica's a dear friend of mine. And I'm really looking forward to a whole new adventure here. So if this is what you find yourself in, do know that a lot of us are going through that. But considering what we've been through in the past couple of years, this feels really good. We just have to release expectations to know that we do not know, but that we are willing to be shown. That's called the grace of humility, the first and last grace in my book, Words of Grace, my saving grace. So thank you so very much for watching. Seriously, wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed moving forward on your journey with your chakras. Hang in there, endure, heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.